Hello, instructors. Happy week. I hope everyone is doing well and safe. I wanted to just conduct this screencast-o-matic to finish out our distance education training for this 4-week second cohort or cohort. Based upon some things that I've reviewed this past weekend, I don't think it's necessary to hold a Zoom on Tuesday of this week. In most cases, most of the instructors that are in this training have spent quantitative time to prepare their courses. Others have not done so. I don't trust that a Zoom meeting tomorrow will be anything other than, in some instances, a session that might be really unproductive, right? And as professionals, I think things that we've learned as a body of instructors, or shall I say a group that teaches for an institution, that means a lot. I mean, our institution means a lot to the community. It means a lot to the ecosystem, that is the ecosystem of learning. Of course, we have students that will leave and go to universities and pursue degrees and change the world in some instances. With that being said, I think it's important that as instructors that we embody and really recognize what we're doing has tremendous amount of what we might call spillover in economics. It is a positive externality. It is something that's going to push the level of individuals and their ability to make social changes within our world, make impacts with regards to starting businesses and growing institutions. Which is vital to our world today. Of course, as we go through and recognize the social injustices that are occurring, and as we look at ourselves and we say, well, to what degree need I be accountable for what I'm doing? And in being accountable, how do I change the culture? And moreover, how may I become more empowered in an engaging way to move the needle, forward, and in some cases backwards, because to have progress, you have to have some failure. So with that in mind, as I mentioned, and I digress a bit, having a Zoom on Tuesday would move the needle too far back for me. Again, as a professional and as an academic senate president, moreover as a department chair, I've learned a lot about our faculty pool. I've learned a lot, and I've experienced some things that I've never experienced before on just the instructing side of the house, right? And with that being said, again, this is not a complaining time. I want to just share with you how I'm going to grade your courses. I'm going to utilize this week to do that. And then, so let's move on into this. So the syllabus identifies that there were some key things that were required. And so I'll be going back to look at your courses to see how well you completed these items that have been identified in the syllabus. And then, of course, there's one item that I did not require this term, and that was that you develop a Turnitin.com plagiarism assignment. So I will remove that from the syllabus. If you take a look at your grades, there is not a grade column for the Turnitin plagiarism assignment. We talked last week about the slow assignments, And then, I'm going to upload some videos for you if you so desire to show you how to link your slows to maybe a particular rubric. I'll give you some videos on that for you to develop some things there. And then, so based upon the class in and of itself, these are the grading criteria. Discussion boards, 35 points. Quiz development's 20. 36 hours is point for point. There was a rubric assignment last week. And then this development of course shell, what I did there was I said, okay, I'm going to develop a 50-point metric that identifies the course and how I see it in terms of being 50% developed. And then the additional 100 points was just my overall assessment of how well you created your course. In my mind, as a trainer, using Canvas from a pedagogical, structured, sequential, and logistical, kind of a fashion. So this 150 points at this point is going to be reduced to just 50. So the overall points for the class is going to be 200 as it stands now. And then for this week, let's see what we have on tap for this week. So in week 4, the agenda indicates that I would review your sandbox, and you should review your sandbox. And then I didn't really make any suggestions. Again, I think that if you've been doing your due diligence, that I can see the development in your class. You're going to clean up your syllabus pages and links, anything that you might have developed. I'm going to strike this. You do not have to develop a Turnitin.com assignment because Turnitin.com is currently not working. So it's not necessary that you review that with me. Demonstrate Canvas survey and quiz creation. Most of you have done that already. So I'm going to take that out for this week. And then Instructor Canvas Sandbox will be reviewed, and I will keep that there. Okay. So you will notice that there aren't any incidental items that we have to do this week, primarily just shoring up some things here. Keep in mind that if you were not able to attend the Zoom last week or view the Screencast-O-Matic, that you want to make sure that your student learning outcomes are listed in this fashion in your course. I have a couple of instructors that have not done this yet. Okay, and remember these slows, you will take these slows from the Institutional Excellence page, VBC Institutional Excellence page. I'm going to go into my outcomes here and delete this one because this is not one of my outcomes, so I want to make sure to get rid of that. So I'll be checking that at the end. And then, yeah, so I'll put up a couple of videos. Your students will be able to kind of review your stuff. Again, you can look at your grades now, and when you review this video, if your grade points show an 80% or better, then you will know that, yes, you are going to pass the course. If your number is below an 80%, keep in mind that we have until Sunday of this coming week for work to be done. I am not going to reopen assignments that instructors missed. I am not going to allow that. If I allow that, it's like the standards and the requirements that other instructors have had to adhere to would mean nothing if I open those assignments up again. And to me, it's very important that if you're in a course that you complete the assignments by the due dates. So if you don't have a 80%, again, I'll go all the way up until Saturday, give or take afternoon, to evaluate classes. Please do not email me. Please do not email me. You will receive a congratulatory letter by Tuesday of next week, or you will receive a letter that says that you have to retake the course. Please, again, I'm pleading with my instructors. Do not email me asking me why, how come. Okay? Again, as instructors, we know if you put in the work, the students put in the work, the grade is just there. The scores will happen. I don't have the time to go into any qualitative reasonings. If you don't pass the class, it's going to strictly be based upon the fact that you didn't have enough numbers to get you over the 80% threshold. I will send, again, I'm very confident that most of you will, but I'm also concerned that a couple of my instructors will not pass. With that being said, I do believe that we have another distance education cohort that may happen in the fall. And the lucky part, I guess, for anybody that doesn't pass, and I say this with all due respect, is that technically the distance education, everybody's on remote in the fall, and so you'll have an opportunity to pass the class at some later date. Okay? All right. Again, this week you're on your own. As I mentioned, make sure you take a look at your scores. If there's something that you've missed in the past, that opportunity is come and gone. What I would stress is that you work on the things that are required for this week to substantiate your course. And once again, stay safe and best success in the future.